Hi, welcome to Muzzle First. So I wanted to show you a project that I'm going to complete here, and I wanted your input on this. This right here is an old World War II era German Mauser bayonet. This was in my father's stuff when I cleared out his stuff after he passed away in 2008, and it's been in my closet for several years now. And I've kind of would like to finish it. This was something he started. And I'll give you a picture of what he did here. So this is heavily modified. This is not in any way, shape, or form capable of being returned to a bayonet. You can see the blade right here has been, it looks like he used a wire brush on it. And there's some marks there that almost kind of look like a Dremel. I'm not positive. I'm not positive what he was using to clean it with, but it almost looks like a wire brush was used on it. But it does still have a little bit of pitting here from rust, and I'll see if I can get the manufacturers there. It is made by Simpson and Company. SUHE is the manufacturer's stamp on that. So what he's done to it so far, the blade itself I originally thought had been cut down, but it's not. This is about a 10-inch blade. Yes, tape measure right here. Alright, so we're right about 10 inches there. That is right about the length of this blade originally. So it's not been cut down. I originally thought the blade had been cut down, but it's not. He left the blade alone. He did cut the guard down, so on top of the guard here there would have been a barrel ring that went around the barrel, and that's been cut off flat. The bottom of the guard has been cut off flat to match the top. This would normally have been rounded. So there's a small chunk of metal that's gone here. The pommel has been cut off almost completely. And you can see right there is the mortise joint where it would have snapped onto the rifle. The whole pommel here with the catch and everything is being cut off. And you can also see that here's the bottom of the pommel on the front. This would have came in at an angle like that. So it would not have been straight like this. It would have come in at an angle, about a 45-degree angle. And you can see the beginnings of that right here. So what he did was he trimmed the pommel back to make it square, to square it off. These grips here are one of the reasons I want to keep it like it is. He made these. These appear to be hand carved. They definitely were not machined. They're very rough. And I'm not sure how he pinned this together. This looks like a rivet, although it might just be a screw that's been filed off. I don't know. I know this one here, you can see he used a screw here. So I'm assuming that is probably, I don't know. These kind of look like rivet heads. But I'm not sure what he did there, so I'm not sure if I can take these grip panels off of here in order to get to plain metal so I can strip everything down. What would you do with it? So my thought is to just clean up the metal. I want to clean up the blade, get rid of the marks in it. I don't know about all the pitting. I don't know if I'm going to take enough metal off of it to get rid of all the pitting, but I'm just going to do some fine sanding on it to clean it up and make it smooth again. Because you can feel the texture here where it's been sanded, or probably a wire brush, I'm assuming. He did a decent job of sharpening it. The middle of the blade right here has a lot of pitting, and there is a small depression here. You can see where the blade kind of swoops a little bit. That would have been the heavy use part of the blade. That's right about the middle. I'll give you an idea where we're pointing here. So that is about the area of the blade where if you were chopping with something, it would have been the heavy use part of here. It was taking most of the beating, but I would kind of like to finish this because it is something that my father started. So, and I'm kind of up in the air about what exactly to do with it. Assuming that I don't take these grip panels off of here, that I have to leave them on. And you can see he actually used some kind of a filler putty right here in the wood. But assuming I have to leave this on, that kind of limits what I can do with it. But I can still clean the metal up, and I'd like to treat the metal somehow. I don't want to leave it just shiny steel, and I don't want to leave it plain. I might brown it or blue it. Kind of thinking about browning it, actually. What do you think? What are my options? What would you do with this if you had this? I am not a knife maker by any means. I don't claim to be an expert at anything. I am an enthusiast, and this is something I'd kind of like to do, and I will end up having a sheath made for it. I don't want to use a bayonet scabbard with a frog. I think I would rather make or have made a leather sheath for it. But it's kind of cool because it is a project that my dad started, and I don't really know when he started doing this. I just know it was in his stuff when I cleaned out his stuff after he passed away in December of 2008. And looking for suggestions. What would you do with it? That's my question. What would you do with this? Tossing it's not an option. Sticking it back in the closet, leaving it like it is an option. But I'd rather see it more in a finished state and have a leather sheath made for it and take it from there. So, what are my options for the blade? What would you do with this blade? That is my question. I am looking for feedback. So, all suggestions are welcome as long as you're nice. And let me know what you think. Is it even worth doing anything with? It has sentimental value. It has no dollar value. There's no money value for this. You know, my father was not a knife maker, so there's no dollar value with this. It is just sentimental value, which can oftentimes be more valuable than, you know, money anyway. So let me know. What would you do with the blade? I'm assuming that I'll probably... Left with no suggestions at all, I'm going to take probably 800 grit sandpaper and see if I can smooth the blade out a little bit. And this right here actually looks like brass. This is not brass. This is whatever stain or varnish or whatever he used on these grip panels. That is what you're seeing here. This is not brass. This is steel. The good thing is that Simpson did use good steel in these. These are really good steel. It would make a good woodsman's blade. It would make a good camping blade. It should baton wood very nicely. It has it's a 10-inch blade, so I mean it's a decent length, and it should be usable. I don't know if I'll actually use it, but I would like to put it back to a usable state if possible. So let me know. Let me know what my options are. What would you do with this blade? What would you do with this blade to make it usable again? That's my question. This has been Muzzle First. There's an area below this video where you can leave your comments, leave your suggestions. Let me know if you've done this before, if you've got experience with this. What would you do with it? Let me know. You can send me an email at muzzlefirst@gmail.com. Please leave your comments below this video if you've got suggestions on what I should do with it. Let me know. Thank you. You have a nice day.